Hey guys, I'm Julia. I'm a 25-year-old nurse living in Atlanta who also loves to read in my free time. I am in search of the perfect Christmas novel, so in this book, you guys are coming along with me while I try to find the perfect Christmas book. What I've done is I went to Barnes & Noble, I found the Christmas book section, and then I made a Google Doc of all the books. Turned out to be about like 28 books. And I researched each book to see what the reviews are and which books are rated the best. And then out of those books that are rated the best, I am trying to search for the one I like the best so I can let you guys know what I believe is the perfect Christmas book. So I haven't finished filming yet, so I'm hoping that it's actually going to come with some good results and find a really good Christmas book, but I guess there's a chance that I could not like any of the Christmas books. Hope you guys enjoy and that together we can find the perfect Christmas book. Already I'm seeing some issues because some of these books are like actually sequels in other books, and the table did not tell you that, or the book doesn't suggest it when you pick it up. So that's actually really interesting. Keep your eyes out for that if you're gonna go shopping for books, but I'm gonna keep going at this and then I'll let you guys know the results. All of these have like really cute, aesthetically pleasing, what's it called, covers of the books, but they're like, their ratings are all like 3.5. It looks like the book I bought actually is only a 3.87, but sometimes Goodreads reviews are off, so I'm still gonna try it because I bought it, but if I had not bought it, I probably am gonna just try to go for all the books that are 4 stars and up and see how those are, because sometimes I don't even like a book when it's 4 stars. It really depends. Okay, so the results are in, and out of the 28 books I just researched, 6 of the 28 are rated 4 stars, and 2 of them are in the middle of series, and I think 2 others of them are like the start of series. So I'm probably gonna start with the top rated book and go from there. Remember December 1 with a 4.57 by Lexi Kingston. So I'm gonna start with that one. Okay, so I'm gonna start the challenge by getting the sample of Remember December. It's about a girl that ends up, I think, liking a guy that's in a boy band. And then after I read the sample of that, I'll be able to, figure out if I want to read it or not. And then probably I'm going to start this book one day in December after I read the sample to Remember December. I'm gonna start this book one day in December, and it's about love at first sight. After reading the beginning of Remember December and One Day in December, I actually decided I didn't really like the Remember December very much. It's a very YA kind of book. The main character, I think, is 18, and then it's about her and her 2 younger siblings, and then a famous band guy who comes into town. So I'm not a big YA person anymore. So I'm gonna keep trying with this One Day in December book. I looked up the second highest rated book on my list, and I'm forgetting the name, but I'll put the picture of it here. It was $50 on Audible for some reason. So I was like, well, I can't do that. And I couldn't find like a e-book of it for some reason. I'm gonna skip that one, go on to the third book, and try out the third book and try out this book and see how I like them. Hey guys, so I'm finishing up One Day in December. I only have like a little bit left. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was. I think I accidentally deleted the clip when I said that I bought this book at Barnes & Noble because it was part of Reese Witherspoon's book club book. So I bought it to read while I was still trying to figure out which other books from Barnes & Noble would be good. And it's actually a lot better than I thought at the beginning. I was a little hesitant and I kind of started feeling like this challenge was gonna go downhill, and I just like felt like I needed to DNF it. It's about a girl who sees a guy on a bus, and then it follows her and the guy and her best friend through the years, every year, just going through their lives basically. I think we're almost at like a 5 or 6 year mark post them seeing each other this one random time and what happens during that time. So that's kind of cool because I've never seen a book be dated like that, where it's like goes through so much amount of time and the days, like each chapter is a different date and it's like all these life events that are happening. So I actually found that pretty interesting, and it is Christmassy, and each year it shows the girls' New Year's resolutions, which is really cool. It's almost 400 pages. It doesn't look like it. I feel like it's probably right on the cusp of a 4-star book. It's pretty good though. It's better than I expected for sure. So now that I've read one book that is pretty good, I feel a little bit better about our challenge, and there's 2 other books from my list that I tried. A Very Merry Bromance that I didn't really want to get into because it's the 5th in a series. The Christmas Orphans Club, I read the sample and it just seemed so-so. So the last book is Love Light Farms, and I'm gonna read that one next. I feel like this one has potential, so I think it's basically gonna be in the running between Love Light Farms and One Day in December to see what I think is the best Christmas book. I honestly thought for a second there in the beginning that I might not find a book and that this maybe isn't the best challenge, because I am picky when it comes to like romance. I do get cringed out kind of easily. I'm happy. This is like a full-on adult going through adults through their adult years, and then Love Light Farm seems like it's adultish too. So for me, that's a must, honestly. But we'll see how Love Light Farm is and keep going. I'll let you guys know. I'm literally sitting here so that you can see my cat, Tosh. So I hope he doesn't move. So I finished Love Light Farms and I really liked it, honestly. I feel like it was very wholesome, just with some spice, but it was about a girl who owns a Christmas tree farm and she lives in like this cute little small town and she's trying to enter a challenge, and she puts on the challenge that she's running the tree farm with her boyfriend. And it's actually not her boyfriend, it's like her best friend that she's had a guy friend for a really long time. So then they pretend to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and I don't want to give it away, but you could figure out what happens from there. So that was Love Light Farms, and it's a little bit hard for me to rate because I'm not really into romance, like gooey cutesy books. But I feel like if I was, I'd probably give it a high rating because it was just very cute. So if you're into that really cutesy types of stuff, I'd recommend Tree Light Farms as a cute Christmassy book. It took place over just like 2 weeks, 1 week, so it's very like Christmassy themed. The author's very good at describing things, cozy vibes, kind of reminds me of like drinking a hot chocolate. And then One Day in December gave me more like British Magnolia Park vibes, had some drama, kind of reminded me of like a sparkling cocktail drink if we're comparing the books. More romance happens over a decade in total by the end of the book, so it's not always technically taking place in December. Honestly, I recommend both of them. I feel like I'd probably give them both like 4 stars about, I would say. And both of them were pretty quick reads for me. At the end of One Day in December, the author answers a lot of questions, which was very interesting, and then gives recommended snacks and drinks. And she like puts in the back how to make drinks and stuff that she talks about in the book, and like they talk about a sandwich in the book a lot, and she talks about how to make that, which is cool. And then for Love Light Farms, the author actually made a sequel with other characters in the book. So they both have some different unique aspects to them. I don't feel like one is like the absolute winner per se, because I feel like it honestly depends on the person on what you'd want to read. But I recommend those two for sure out of all the books that I looked up, and I'll put the list below of all the books and their ratings. And I really like this challenge. It definitely made me like go out of my comfort zone, because these are books that I probably would have never actually picked up to read if I didn't do this challenge. So if you guys end up reading any of them, let me know down below, or if you have any cute Christmas book recommendations, comment them below. And I hope you guys have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New